Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about life lessons from Aristotle. At first glance, you might think, what could someone who lived 2,300 years ago possibly teach me about life? But what if this man was the student of Plato and the teacher of Alexander the Great? Aristotle is widely known as being one of the smartest men to have ever lived throughout history. But his intelligence wasn't as important as his wisdom. Yes, those two things are different. It's like not all wise men are smart and vice versa. And here I've got a collection of quotes from Aristotle. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Self-knowledge is known as the best thing that you can have because throughout life you're going to be living with yourself the longest, and if you don't know yourself then you can usually have a hard time connecting with people and just going about your everyday life. Being alone, you might find that hard because you're not knowing what you really want to enjoy and all those little things that make your day-to-day life interesting and enjoyable. So knowledge of oneself can lead on to everything else, because once you know yourself, you know all your limits, you know your abilities, you know anything that you can do, then you can go out and push those and create more boundaries and then just go up and up and up and keep on breaking through them. It is the mark of an educated mind to entertain a thought without accepting it. See, in this, you can, if someone has a conversation with you and you don't agree with them, if you're able to talk to them and see from their point of view of what they're talking about, but you don't necessarily have to agree with them. If you can keep a civil conversation going and stuff, that is the mark of being an educated person, because you're not going to be rash about all these different things. And then you're able to have a civil conversation and just be able to enjoy each other's company, even if you don't necessarily agree about those things. Number 3 is patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. So often in this, it's if you are patient, anything that you're waiting for is often better. But that doesn't mean sometimes you shouldn't go out and get them. But as they say, patience is a virtue. So if you're able to be patient, you most likely good things will come to you. Number 4 is pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. So in this, if you enjoy the job that you're doing, you're more likely to be able to do it well because you're actually having fun while doing so, and you're more inclined to put your best effort into it because it's something that you enjoy. You're not just going to be doing it as though it's something to do work. So if you're able to enjoy something, you're more likely to do it perfect rather than just getting, because if it's something that you don't enjoy, you're going to just be doing it to the job that is satisfactory because you just want to get over it and just continue on with doing anything else that you find more interesting. But if you enjoy it, then you're more likely to be able to go and continue with that and make it a better scale of what you would have done if you didn't enjoy it. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Often in our times of hardship and everything, we often get dragged down by our negative thoughts and then we can't see any of the positives that are happening around us. But it's in these times that we've got to try our hardest, even though I know it can seem impossible when you're in that mindset and everything, and it's difficult to think any other way. But it's in those times that you need to try your hardest to be able to see the positive in that day, where it could have been your shittest day ever, but instead of focusing on the shit stuff about that, focus on maybe the one good thing that happened and just continue to focus on that. And if you do that every single day, it'll slowly get better. To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. So pretty much, if you don't want criticism, you just got to do nothing at all. Because in any walk of life, you're going to find criticism, whether it be by your family, friends, people you don't know, workmates, anyone that doesn't think that you're doing the best that you can, or that they think you're... Because it can come from people that are trying to help you, or it can come from people that don't like what you're doing because they wouldn't be able to do it themselves. So often just take on this criticism, find the good parts of it, use those, and just discard the rest. So no matter what you're going to do in life, you will always face criticism, so you've got to learn to embrace it and then use it to further your goals. Rather than just being put down by it, just use it to your best advantage possible. Number 7 is excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. So that means it's up to you, no matter what. Anything that happens good to you is not by chance. You've got to put in the most effort that you can possibly do to be able to get in any field or anything that you want in life. No matter what it is, you've got to put in the effort to do it. Anything's not just going to happen to you. Life doesn't happen to you. You've got to do everything that you possibly can to be able to get what you want. That's why you got to make the explicit choice of doing what you want and taking all the chances and opportunities that you can get to be able to get where you want, and putting in every bit of effort that you can. And that's how you get to be excellent in anything. And that's all, guys. I have 2 more parts to this in the coming weeks, or else this would be an incredibly long video, and I don't think anyone would want to sit through that. So I hope you guys found this enjoying, and I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay safe. Peace.